And good morning. It is 8:07 on News Talk 1079. Welcome to this Thursday. It is February 26th, 2026. And this is the Neal Larson Show. You can reach the program via text right now at 208-542-1079. And we will open up the phone lines a little bit later. You know what's interesting? Our most robust discussion this morning has not been the State of the Union or Iran or anything or whatever the big story is. It's actually left lane lurkers. And sometimes I hesitate to bring up traffic issues on the show, like literally driving traffic issues for a couple of reasons. It takes over. Like it just becomes a mess very, very quickly. Lots of opinions, but it is low-hanging fruit. So I will say to any up-and-coming, hopeful radio talk show hosts out there, if you want to get engagement with your listeners, just say something about traffic. Left lane lurkers or roundabouts or right lane turning on a busy, anyway, whatever it is. And, you know what another one is that we have had, like, almost coming to fisticuffs level discussion is if you are turning left across oncoming lanes of traffic, can you get out into the intersection while you're waiting to be able to turn, waiting for it to clear, thereby guaranteeing that you'll be able to turn on that traffic light cycle. Now, I'm going to say that I was instructed in my youth when I was 14 years old during driver's ed that is a good idea to get out into the intersection and wait for it to clear, and you'll be able to go when it's either clear or when the lights turn red and you need to turn. I have since been told by many that you can't do that. That's against the law. You got to stay back. Okay, well, take it up with my 1987 driver's ed teacher then. So you have that. I bet I'm going to get texts on that specifically. But it all started because of Senator Mark Harris, who introduced this yesterday.
Mark Harris, Iowa State Senate, Legislative District 35. RS 33472 is a bill that's basically is complaints by constituents of mine that are tired of people driving around in the passing lane and being slow and holding up traffic. I did visit with ISP about this, and they said that they would appreciate some clarity on this issue. It is a safety issue. It's dangerous to pass people on the right, and I think it would help with the flow of traffic. Anyway, I think it's worth a discussion, so I would request that the committee send it to print.
That complaint wasn't tendered from you yourself, was it, as you drive back and forth?
Mr. Chairman, I am a constituent of myself.
I kind of wondered if you had some personal experience.
Okay, bit of a chuckle there at the end. I think if you went out and you polled 1,000 drivers and asked them, what do you think of the left lane lurkers? About 98% of them would say, can't stand them. Like they are the Karens of the road. They are the people you would never sit next to at the lunch table, at least, and like it. And so I will say I'm among the majority here. Don't be in the left lane if you don't need to be. If you need to be and you need to pass to get around the semi or the car or whatever, by all means, use the left lane. That's what it's for. But then when you get past the person you're passing and you're not within, 200-300 yards of another car and needing to pass, get over. Get back in the right lane. That's what I'm saying. And we've had a number of people texting in this morning defending their left lane lurker status. Well, I will say this. If the law cannot convince you, then maybe this will. Nobody likes you, all right? Nobody likes you. Maybe other left lane lurkers, like, the other 4 people in the state. But anyway. Someone said, I'm with you, Neal. Thank you. I bet if we might do this later in the show. We'll see how it unfolds, but I want Julie in here when we do this. Later in the show, we may do a flash poll and ask, what say you about the left lane lurker? Because this is important. But I want to connect this back to politics and back to the legislature. I'm not sure I quite understand. Someone actually sent us a copy and paste of Idaho code. It's already illegal. It's already established in the law that the left lane is for passing. But for ongoing driving, that's what the right lane is for. So it's already there. Maybe he wants to add some penalties or enhance the language or update it. But the thought that I had here, and this is Neal's cynicism coming out. So cynical Neal is now hosting the show. Senator Harris has also put forward the it's the anti-E-Verify bill. He wants to exempt most of the ag industry from having to use E-Verify. So I don't know if this, and he's probably taken a lot of flack for it, because I've been a critic, not of him. He's a super nice man. We've interviewed him a number of times, and I think he is a gentle soul, and I think he's a good soul. I don't like his anti-E-Verify bill, and I would absolutely vote against it. So maybe he's like, you know what, I need to mend the fence, so to speak. And so I'll put forward something that everyone can agree on. And I think this would be a popular enhancement, but I don't know how you enforce it. That's the problem. But you should see the text. They are just rolling in right now from people. Get the heck out of the left lane. Someone said, I don't think we need a law about it. Get out of every nature of our life. No, that's not how it works. I'm sorry. No, your libertarianism does not apply when you are in your car on the road with other people. You need to check your libertarian at the on-ramp at that point. Okay, so I do think that we need a law. I don't know how enforceable this one is, because this would be an infraction that would happen over a mile or two, and unless the patrolman is right behind you, then it's going to be tough to enforce that. Now, having said that, I also think there's another traffic law that's very difficult to enforce, but I'm in favor of it. And it's the move over law. That actually, there's another reason why you can get in the left lane. If you're driving and a cop has someone pulled over, or they are attending to some emergency, then you are required to move over into the left lane for safety, just to give that buffer to the police and to the person who's being pulled over. So I get it, but are you ever going to get a ticket because the cop that would give you the ticket is already tied up giving someone else a ticket? And you've probably had the same thought as you've approached a cop pulling someone or having someone pulled over or picked up. Sorry, inside joke from like 3 weeks ago, but pulled over. Are you like, yeah, but he's not going to get me anyway, because the Utah that he pulled over, he's giving them a $97 ticket right now. So anyway, I don't know what the answer is, but I will absolutely align myself with the sentiment of the majority here in that left lane lurkers are the Karens of the highway, and if we can't penalize them criminally, we can shame them socially. And I think that's perfectly appropriate here. In fact, I would say left lane lurkers, I can't say this with 100% certainty, but I can say it with a fairly high degree of confidence that left lane lurkers are likely Weber State fans. Like, I can't prove it. I don't have any, scientific evidence of it, But I would bet you around here most of the time when you see a left lane lurker, you know that they're rooting for the Wildcats, typically. And I only say that because we're playing Weber State in a couple of days. And I always like to take a shot at Weber State because even Jesus doesn't like Weber State. So, okay, we have that. We also have a whole bunch of other legislation. Gas tax transparency. Listen to this. This is the Mountain States Policy Center. We like those guys, and they put this video out.
When you go to fill up at the pump, how much of your money goes to state and federal gas taxes? That information is tucked away on a website or found in pamphlets at the state capitol. Instead, what the Mountain States Policy Center wants to do is make that available at the pump so that drivers and freight movers can see exactly where their money is going. As the region grows, lawmakers and politicians may wish to increase the gas tax in order to pay for roads and bridges to get us all to work quicker. But first, it's important to know where your money is going today. That's why the Mountain States Policy Center wants gas tax transparency, which would be a sticker at the pump so that you know exactly where your money is going and you can judge how effectively it's being used.
Okay, how can you argue against this? Like, only people, I will tell you, the only people that are going to argue against this are people that are inside the government collecting the money that you're paying at the gas pump. That's it. And I see this as consumer transparency. It's kind of like ingredient labels on food. You want to know what's in your food. And you're shelling out good money to put that fuel into your vehicle. And as such, I think you do have a right to know what big of a cut the government is taking from it. Will this pass? I don't know, because I don't think lawmakers want to deliberately create an environment where there's increased pressure for them to reduce the gas tax, especially in an environment when money is very tight. So is this the year? It's probably not the year. I don't think this will get through because lawmakers are like, no, we're all, we don't need any constituent telling us they don't want to pay their taxes anymore. So maybe I'm wrong. They might get it through, but we have that. Also, this was another bill. I just want to throw this out here and then we'll take the break. Speaker Moyle is frustrated. And I don't know if he ever, in the 8, 9, 10 minutes of testimony here, ever said Mayor Lauren McLean by name. But this is all about Mayor McLean. And this frustration has emerged over mayors and elected officials around the state saying, I don't give a crap about the laws that have no criminal penalty. I mean, they haven't said that verbatim, but that's essentially their posture when it comes to them obeying laws that they don't agree with. If there is no penalty, then what are you going to do? So listen.
So what I tried to do with this bill was find a path that when laws are broken, that there's a penalty, that there's recourse, that we can ask or force the laws that you all pass to be enforced, to be the law of the land. As you can tell from your emails, there's a lot of people that aren't happy about that. You want to ask yourself a question. Why? Why? If you're obeying the law, this bill won't touch you. So what's the problem? Good question. Fully realizing that there's a whole bunch of opposition to this from some of our local taxing districts and state employees and others because it affects them, I know that we probably need to make some changes to get this bill through. I want to make it very clear. I'm bringing another bill back. And I hope to work with you and the others behind us to come up with a solution we can live with. But after I ask the chairman here in a minute, or this committee, to hold this subject to call the chair, when this meeting ends, and you look at all those emails from cities and counties and everybody else complaining about this bill, ask yourself, why? Because if you're obeying the law, you don't have a problem.
We'll be back after a quick break. Hey, it's Brad from Now 105.1 and QP99. I'm in the studio here. I love our studios, by the way. Ranger Rick back there. There's Neal and Julie doing their thing. Hey, when you want to advertise on the radio, what do? You call the radio station, right? But what do you do when you want to advertise on Facebook and Instagram and Hulu and Disney Plus and Peacock and the other TV streaming services? You can kind of click around on them and make guesses or read books or take courses online on how to do that advertising. Or you could call us at the radio station. At Sandhill Media, we take care of your local radio and digital marketing. So reach out to us at sandhillmediagroup.com and we'll make sure that your message gets heard and seen wherever your customers are.
Okay, and I think he's absolutely right here. That you wouldn't have a problem if your opposition to this bill is your confession that you like breaking the law. Okay, that might be a little over the top, but the point is similar to that. That he's saying, if you're saying we don't need the bill, then you wouldn't oppose the bill. The only reason you'd oppose the bill is because we need the bill. So it's a bit of a catch-22. However, my problem with the bill is not what it would fix. I don't know if you can do that. The real solution to this is each individual law should have designated its penalty. And so I think there might be some clunky implementation of this and perhaps grounds to oppose it in the judicial branch, but we'll be back. It's 8:24 on News Talk 107.9. All right, it's 8:28 on News Talk 107.9. Neal Larson and Julie Mason. Julie, do you agree with my theory? Left lane lurkers are suspect Weber State Wildcat fans?
No.
You don't think that's accurate?
No.
All right, well.
Did you want me to lie? Do you want me to be a good friend and lie with you, or what?
Yeah, I do. Like, that's the expectation here, is that you go along with it. No. Okay, you brought something up during this commercial break. Judy Boyle has a good bill that basically says taxpayer money can't go to private unions.
Yes,
right? That's the gist of it here. And let's play the audio of her introducing this.
I'm here to bring to you House Bill 745. This is about unions, and it's about labor, which is why I'm in front of you. So this bill just ensures that no tax dollars will be used for specific union activities. This does not affect the police unions, and it does not affect the firefighters. So it's very important that you understand that, and it's important to them that you understand that. This will just prevent the teachers union basically from using taxpayer dollars for union activities. So as you know, there are 115 traditional public school districts. 83 of those have unions. Charters are not allowed to have unions. This is not about stopping collective bargaining. It's not going to affect that. It is just going to stop the $1.2 million of taxpayer money, which should go to the classroom instead of to the unions. So what does this bill do? If you'll turn to page 3, the first part mostly is definitions. On page 3, starting with line 31, this does not allow tax dollars to promote union activities by deducting dues on behalf of the union. 52 of the school districts do that.
Okay, so basically it would mean if you pay union dues and you're a teacher, you don't get it deducted from your paycheck. You actually have to write a check personally to the union to be able to do that.
Right. So that's the one section of it. The next section is what they call release time. Mm-hmm. So teachers previously got full public pay and benefits while working full-time on union business lobbying. So they can blur those lines. They
Yeah.
can, like a union representative might be at a local middle school,
Yeah.
right? And they're employed as a teacher there. But if something crops up, they can take their regular day and do something union related instead of doing their teacher duties if it all aligns correctly.
Okay.
And so this bill is saying, no longer that. You're a teacher and your union stuff has to be done on your own time. And that, if I'm reading it correctly. And then the next one is public facilities. So email, phones, and admin time used to be subsidized for union activities. So they could use all of the school supplies and everything. And I think that's putting now I'm not saying they all did, because there were probably union reps who went, no, we can't cross these lines. We've got to, but this bill is going absolutely not. And if you have been doing it, we're putting a stop to it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Good. They should. Mm-hmm. How did we ever let it get to that point in the first place?
I think because I think there's a lot of people who feel like these are very worthwhile activities. So why? And it helps the schools. So of course I can use school things to do that.
Yeah. I remember a story, and I won't even mention the school district because it was a long time ago, and I'm not going to reopen anything. But it was a local school district. There was an upcoming bond or levy. Don't remember which. Doesn't matter much. But I think it was the shop teacher that not just allowed the students, but assigned the students to create protest signs in favor of the levy or the bond that was coming up. You used poster board that was funded by the schools, used the time in class to do it, encouraged the kids to do it. And they got into a little bit of trouble. They didn't get fired, I don't believe. Mm-hmm. Maybe that should have been looked at. But I look at it and I'm like, if you have a teacher that can't see that line is one that shouldn't be crossed, and that's a separate thing from your job as a teacher, then we need to redraw some lines for you. Mm-hmm. And so I see this the same way. Union, those are taxpayer resources. That time in the classroom, when that teacher's on the clock, they're there to be a teacher, to teach your kid how to read or to do math or whatever. It's not for them to go out and be political and try to push things one way or the other.
Right. So I remember this a couple of years ago. I was talking to a teacher, and they had been in a situation, and they were a member of the union. And they had a union rep at their school. Mm-hmm. So this situation is unfolding, and the principal is talking to this teacher, and they're trying to figure out the situation. And the union rep comes into the meeting with the teacher.
Yeah.
So we got two teachers in there, one of them being a union rep, the other one in the middle of the situation. And the principal stopped the meeting and he said, "Hold on. Are you here as a union rep, or are you here as a coworker who's supportive?"
Yeah.
And the union rep girl went, "Well, which one do you want to be?" And he said, "Neither, because you're invited to leave."
Wow.
Because
Good.
if it was union rep, that needed to be an organized thing and shouldn't have been on school time and blah, blah, blah. And the meeting needed to be different. If it was coworker, friend, or whatever, she hadn't been invited into the conversation.
Right. That's true.
So he was just setting the boundary immediately. We're going to do this differently if we're doing it as a union meeting. It's not happening this way.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't remember how they ended up doing it. If they canceled the meeting completely and scheduled it off time and stuff like that. But I appreciated that principle and his stance of making those boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah. Shifting gears here, James Comer is speaking ahead of Hillary Clinton's deposition this morning. Let's listen. He's in Chappaqua, New York right now.
Many things about Epstein. How did he accumulate so much wealth? How was he able to surround himself with some of the most powerful men in the world? Was he an asset for our government or any other government? These are the questions that we're going to ask over the next 2 days, and hopefully we'll be able to get some answers. And as always, we're going to release the transcripts. We're going to release the video as soon as everyone has approved it. The normal process in a deposition is the attorneys would have the opportunity to review the transcript and review the video to make sure that there are no errors. And this is going to be a long video because this is going to be a long deposition. Today will be a long deposition, I would assume, and tomorrow will be an even longer deposition. Every member of the Oversight Committee is going to have questions for the Clintons, as well as our trained staff that do nothing but deposition. So after our hour of questioning, we're going to send a couple of members of the Oversight Committee out to be able to give you an update of what's going on and answer some questions. So with that, we'll answer a question or two, and then we'll go back to the
Mr. Comer, are you concerned that there has been a cover-up of sexual abuse of a minor by President Trump? There are missing FBI records that appear to be.
No, we're looking into the accusation by the NPR. We don't know the answer to that. We know what the administration says. We're still looking to get a definitive answer on that. But look, let's just be realistic here. If you go by a lot of what the Democrats have said, you had Jasmine Crockett accused Lee Zeldin of taking donations from Jeffrey Epstein. It was the wrong Jeffrey Epstein. We've had Ro Khanna sit on the floor and name names of people that he thought were involved in Epstein that weren't even involved. So, sometimes the Democrats on the committee aren't the best of us. Go ahead, Chad.
Good morning. What about the idea, though, that I understand you say that this is different with some of the members or some of the people who were subpoenaed who didn't have a direct contact. But some folks have said it seems like the Clintons are basically on trial here versus people who know more about the, what was going on with Maxwell, what was going on with Epstein, and that this is really kind of dragging them through the mud when there are other witnesses.
Well, let's address that, Chad. The Democrats voted to subpoena the Clintons. The Democrats voted with the Republicans to hold the Clintons in contempt. So the Democrats have just as many questions for the Clintons as the Republicans. So this isn't a partisan witch hunt. This was a bipartisan motion supported by the Democrats to bring the Clintons in. So I don't think it's any type of being unfair in any way to the Clintons. They've never answered questions, unlike President Trump, who gets questioned every day by just about every one of you about his knowledge or involvement with Epstein. To my knowledge, the Clintons haven't answered very many questions about Epstein. We'll do one more question. Go ahead.
With the spirit of bipartisanship, would you then ask the Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to come testify? It seems like he has some information.
That's very possible, and I think I think it's a good possibility that his name will arise in some questioning today.
It'll be on my list, and I have an email I printed off for Hillary to ask about Howard Lutnick today.
Okay.
So
God's watching.
We're asking again, and I want to remind everyone: we've already brought in Alex Acosta and Bill Barr for deposition. That's two Republicans in the Trump administration. So this isn't just about Democrats. This is about anyone that has any knowledge of Epstein, the investigation. I think we all agree the government failed. The government failed the victims. And what our role is, we can't prosecute anyone. But what we have been doing is getting transparency to the American people. We subpoenaed the estate. That had nothing to do with the discharge petition. We subpoenaed the documents for the estate. That's what the victims asked us to do. And what you're seeing is there is accountability finally happening. You've seen at least a dozen very powerful people, men and women, who have already resigned, many in disgrace from their board positions. So we're seeing accountability, but we have a desire to see a lot more accountability. We want to get the answers, and hopefully the next 2 days will be a step in the right direction on our investigation.
All right, and that is the presser from James Comer, Anna Paulina Luna, Nancy Mace, Lauren Boebert, and then the less attractive members of Congress are behind him.
3 men behind him.
Yes, right.
We don't know who they are.
All right, we're going to take a break for the news. We'll be back after this. All right, we're back now on News Talk 107.9, and I'm trying to, Julie, look and see who voted to protect unions.
We're using our research assistants, and we think we've narrowed it down correctly. We think we have it. But it's always hard because things change all the time over there in the legislature.
Hold on. I got it. Give me a minute. Stop yelling. Just a second. I'm almost there. Don't yell at me, Julie. All right. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Interesting. I haven't yelled once. So
I know. Yeah. Okay. Bill added my tracking list.
Yeah, he's going through an actual website. First off, we know the vote was 8-6. We know that for certain. So we started this search looking for the 6 members who voted no on this bill. And we think we have those pretty set. We believe that the research assistant is correct, which in my computer is Grok. Did you find it in your website?
I found the text of the bill, and usually on a bill, they'll print, if it goes to a floor vote, who voted yay, nay, or absent. I can't find the committee vote info on this right now. And
I think that's why Grok is struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
We do believe on that committee, the 3 lawmakers from East Idaho that voted no.
Yeah.
We do believe it's Representative John Weber from Rexburg, Representative Bingham from Idaho Falls, and Representative Furman from Shelley.
Okay.
There were 6 that voted no, 2 from Boise, 1 from Lewiston, and 3 from this side of the state.
I guess my question to the ether then would be back to them. Why are you protecting unions to be able to use taxpayer resources and funds for union stuff? Mm-hmm. Like there should be a clear delineation here. You know, you want to talk about getting more dollars to the classroom. All education money should go to the classroom, to the kids, to teaching, to...
Sure.
And if some of that, and I'll use their word, are unions siphoning money from K through 12 for their own political purposes?
Mm-hmm.
You could argue they are. And these 3 lawmakers, if your research assistant is accurate, they're okay with it?
Well, okay, so the news story that I read about this said that one of the issues with the bill is that, why those who are against it are saying, well, if you're going to do this to unions, you got to do it to policemen and firemen too.
Yeah.
Why? If someone wants to bring a bill that's centered around them, go right ahead. If there seems to be a problem with that, then someone else can bring a bill, or maybe Judy Boyle can craft a different bill. But what she's looking at is she's looking specifically that the teachers union is a very, very, very wealthy organization.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be using taxpayer dollars for anything that they are, any work that they're doing, anything that they're supporting.
Yeah.
I don't know why she has to include everyone in it. I guess that can bother you, but that doesn't mean it's a bad bill.
Right. Can we tackle part of the problem right now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that I will say this. I do not see police and firefighter unions being as overtly political as the teachers union is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, they do engage in some. I'm not saying there's none there, but I would say the most egregious offender are the teachers unions.
Right. Some of this seems like a no-brainer to me. So my question would be for Weber, Furman, and Bingham is what bothered you? What didn't you like?
Yeah.
Because the no-brainer for me here is that absolutely, if they are on teacher time and they're supposed to be engaging with students and doing things like that, they shouldn't be doing union activities.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know how can be justified.
I don't either.
I don't know how you justify that. They're employed as a teacher. They should be doing teacher activities. And with that even being said, I have been an advocate for teachers to not have in their contracts that they have to do bus duty.
Yeah.
Because I think they should be in the classroom doing teaching things. I think they should be like meeting with parents or helping kids who stayed after to do things. I don't necessarily think teachers should be out on bus duty. There's lots of people who disagree with me on that. Whatever. I've advocated for teachers to do teaching, to be in the classroom. How can I advocate for them to not do bus duty and then say, oh, but it's okay that they do union stuff in the classroom?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So for me, this is a no-brainer right here. If you're employed as a teacher, you need to be doing teaching activities. If you're going to work with the union, you do that at different times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Then also, I don't know why you get to use school things to support your union activities. Mm-hmm. Tax dollars were paid. The copy machine was paid for by tax dollars. The paper, any markers, supplies, things like that. Those were computers. Those were all paid for with taxpayer money.
Yeah.
So that's the other portion of that. If someone wants to argue the union dues thing, we could get into a far more nuanced conversation about that.
Yeah. So the guy that texted in that said, I pay my taxes, so I own both lanes of the road. Mm-hmm. I pay my taxes, so I can go use the school district as my Kinko's.
Yeah, right. There you go. That guy was kidding, by the way.
Well, I know he was.
Yeah, he sent a laughy face, but it's the same concept.
Yeah, it is the same concept.
Yeah.
Like I can't say I pay my taxes so I can go into the school and use the copy machines.
That's not how that works.
Why do the unions think they can?
I don't know. Well, I wish I had more square footage and I could set up an office somewhere else. Do I walk into the police station and say, hey, my taxpayer dollars paid for this, so that room right there, that's going to be my office for the next 3 months while I remodel my home? Sorry.
That's true. In fact, I think it would be fun if the local, truly conservative Republican Party would go in and say, this faculty lounge, that's where we're meeting now. Just so you know. We want it every Wednesday at 2 p.m. You know who we should interview? Julie Naraki. I think Julie would give us a straightforward opinion from the union perspective on this.
Yeah, because she used to serve as the union president. She doesn't anymore, but I think she would give us a...
We had her in. I knew who she was, but we had not interviewed her. And prior to having her come in, I'm like, oh, no, we're going to get buffaloed by this. No, she was actually very, very good in the interview and validated a lot of the concerns we had about unions. So,
what I would say is she was very logical.
Yeah.
She understands the need for the union, and she'll always support that. But she doesn't believe that unions should bulldoze everybody in their pathway.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what she thinks of this bill. So...
Yeah.
And I honestly, can we just ask? I mean, we're all friends here, right?
Yeah.
Even the people who don't like us, we're friends with them.
Well, they keep showing up, so sure.
And unless you're a Weber State fan, we're all friends. But I would ask, do you think maybe the lines have gotten blurred a little?
Oh.
Do you think, and I'm not asking you, I'm asking the ether and the unions, don't you think out there that maybe you've gotten a little bit too lax and not recognize those clear lines where they ought to be?
I think that we can say this across the board for everything. When we've discussed fraud and the unveiling of the fraud in places like Minneapolis and California and the things that we saw there, I think you are sticking your head in the sand if you do not believe that fraud in some level exists in Idaho. It does.
Yeah.
Do I think we're anywhere near California or Minnesota? No, I don't. But that doesn't mean you go, well, we're not close to them, so we're just not going to look for it. You look for it.
Yeah.
You make those taxpayer dollars work as well as they can for the programs they're intended, for the things that they're intended to do.
Yeah.
So you look for the ways that they are seeping out. Where are the taxpayer dollars leaking out under the gap in the door? And I think this is one of those ways.
Yeah, I would agree. Dems are now speaking ahead of the Clinton deposition. What do we have here? We have about a minute. Let's listen in.
The union this week, and President Trump spoke for 2 hours and refused to even acknowledge the courageous survivors of Epstein's crimes who were in the chamber. He wouldn't even address the issue. His attorney general refuses to even meet with the survivors. So we want to conduct a serious bipartisan investigation. I'm glad that President Clinton will sit down with us tomorrow and answer questions about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. But I wanted to come today to ensure that this is a serious exercise, a serious investigation, and not a political or partisan one. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to break. We'll be back. We'll wrap up this hour, but we have another hour coming up. Julie, I don't think we can let the morning go by without some traffic-related flash poll.
Mm-hmm.
Left lane lurkers are worse than blank. I don't know. We'll come up with something. It's all ahead. Welcome back. It's 9:07 now. On News Talk 1079, Neal Larson, Julie Mason. And if you'd like to reach us on the program, 208-542-1079. And I'm not sure we've had so many pots simmering on the legislative pot simmering as we do right now. So.
We've run out of burners.
That's true.
There's not enough left.
I've gone outside. I fired up the barbecue grill to keep some of the pots going. Anyway, I like the union bill. I'd vote yes on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably vote yes on the left lane lurker bill. I'd absolutely vote for gas tax. You know what was funny? We've gotten a couple of texts here saying, no, this is too big a burden on gas stations for them to go out and put a sticker on their gas pumps.
Mm-hmm.
You're laughing. Am I exaggerating at all?
No, that's what the text said, and I just don't think that's a burden.
They already have to put stickers on their gas tanks or their gas pumps because you have to put what grade the gas is. I think there's stickers there from the government saying this is a certified gas pump. They have to put stickers on there saying, hey, come on in and get a hot dog for $1.99. I mean, they put stickers on their gas pumps all the time anyway, but this one is too big a burden.
Well, okay, I didn't read the text of the bill, so stop me if I'm misinterpreting.
Okay.
But couldn't it just be part of the receipt that's spit out? Can't you reprogram?
You absolutely could do that. Julie, you're brilliant.
I just don't know why it can't be programmed in and just done.
And I will say it's not either or. Put the sticker on the pump and then give another reminder because it tells you how many gallons you got.
Yeah, it's full of information.
It could absolutely put 3 or 4 more lines saying you paid this much in state tax, you paid this much in federal tax.
And they must be able to do stuff because they'll put like deals on there. Inside, you can get 2 hot dogs for $1.50 or whatever. They'll write that on their receipts too. So it must be programmable.
They write "Have a nice day" at the bottom,
right?
But after they show you how much you're paying in taxes, it'll just be "Have a less nice day." No, but I
hope you enjoyed that.
Right.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, right. You know what? I think nobody's going to agree with me here, but hear me out, okay? I state this up front. This is a terrible idea, but I want to do it. My terrible idea is have you pay for the gas, but then you have to pay the tax in a separate transaction. So you pay for your gas. You're like, okay, I just got $20 in gas. And then they say, oh, no, but wait. You now owe $1.87 in, it's probably more than that, but you owe this much, and you have to make a second transaction.
You really want to make people feel it.
You know, I remember Rush Limbaugh talking about how if the American worker, if you were to bar federal and state tax deductions from paychecks and make the American worker write out a check for their taxes every 2 weeks or every quarter or whatever, there would be massive tax reform in this country because people would be fed up. So when they can hide it into one overall transaction, we just go along with it. But when you realize, and it would be interesting, what is it about? Is it over 50 cents a gallon that we're paying for a tax?
I am living proof of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
You just proved my point, didn't you?
I would say most people are like me. We have no idea how much because this is one of the reasons that California has such high gas prices. It's not that they're paying more for fuel. It's all of the taxes that are put into per gallon what they pay for fuel. So I think the average person has no idea.
I can tell you right now, because I have a research team, Idaho state gas tax is 32 cents per gallon. The federal tax is 18.4 cents per gallon, and there are other state and fuel-related taxes and fees, about 6 to 7%. So we're paying 56 to 58 cents per gallon in taxes. So when you put in 10 gallons of gas in your car, or say 20, you're paying $10 of whatever it comes to in gas. Or in taxes. So let's go to our phone lines. Caller, how are you today?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. Doing well. What's up?
Yeah, you're definitely paying more than 50 cents a gallon in fuel taxation.
Am I?
And everybody is. And the biggest reason why is this, and this plays across the board all the way, is the state is taking 50 cents a gallon no matter what, but then part of the cost of that fuel is the ground that all these refineries sit on, the fuel farm sits on. That's all taxed very heavily. That's part of that $2.90 a gallon or whatever it is you're paying. Plus, the trucks they have to register. Do you know how much it costs to register a truck just in Idaho? It's $6,000 a year.
For like a semi-truck?
Oh, yeah, a semi-truck.
Wow.
$6,000 just to register it. And then that driver, he's being taxed out the wazoo. Well, that's part of that $2.90 a gallon gas. So the taxes on a gallon of fuel, you're probably looking closer to 55, 56, maybe 57 cents a gallon by the time you're done paying for all that.
Yeah.
And here's an interesting fact that I don't know if you guys know, but if you have anything that you buy that comes through California and a truck driver has to go down and get it, let's say he goes down to Vegas, fuels his truck up in Vegas, he pays a fuel tax there, at least one. I know I was talking to a truck driver, and in Idaho, they have to be part of some deal where they get charged twice on their fuel. They get taxed twice on it. However, if he goes to Vegas, fuels up, drives to San Francisco, picks a load up, drives out of California, he has to pay $1.82 a gallon tax on the fuel that he burned in California, even though he didn't buy it there.
Oh, wow.
It's $1.82 a gallon taxation. And they go off of the reason that California won't let anything older than like 8 years go into their state is all these new trucks are electronically monitored.
Yeah.
And they take the quarterly fuel average, not the average of fuel when they're driving in and out. It's the quarterly fuel average. So when these truck drivers pull off the side of the road and to sleep and their trucks are running, their average mileage rate goes down.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Yeah, another reason why Californians is messed up.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a comparison, we pay the state portion in Idaho is 33 cents. Montana's 32 cents. Wyoming is 24 cents. Because
they're the special kids.
Utah, 38 cents, so they're a few cents higher. Oregon's 38 cents. In Washington, it's 55 cents. Wow. So, yeah.
What do all those things have in common? Liberal states.
That is true. Yeah, that's so true. So, anyway, I don't know. I like the idea of just making it transparent, and that's all you got to do. Just put a sticker up.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. Maybe some employees are more capable than others, like at a gas station and putting a sticker on a fuel pump.
Maybe. I'm gonna just stick with the electronic. I think it's fine that way. I know it's more in your face if it's on the pump as you're staring at the digital numbers rolling up as you're waiting for your gas to finish pumping. So it's more in your face that way, but this just seems like the easiest thing. They're all digital pumps anyway. So just print it on the receipt. I think that's fine. You were giving examples of, people just don't know. They just pay it and they have no idea. You asked me what my state tax was or what the fuel tax was. I have no idea. In my head, I was thinking the same thing. And then somebody sent it in. They were thinking the same thing. How many people can actually tell you what your taxes were on your mortgage, on your house?
Oh, that's true.
Because it's just rolled into your mortgage payment and you ignore it and you just keep going.
Yep. That is true. That happens. So, and my mortgage went up a lot last year.
You had an increase in your taxes.
Like almost a couple $100 a month, a lot. So, yeah.
Thank you. 2026. What a gift.
Thank you, government. Thank you. You're all doing a wonderful bang up job. No.
It's tough because we feel like we have nothing to show for it except more administration.
So do you think, like with the receipt thing, I agree with you. I think it should be on the receipt. But do you actually look at your receipt?
That's what I said, is that the sticker would be far more in your face. People will ignore the receipt. They will.
Yeah.
But I think that that's the easiest way to get it out to people. The sticker is somebody has to monitor it, and
Yeah. The gas tax does not change often. Like, it's not
so
something...
the sticker could be on there for a while.
It doesn't fluctuate like gas prices do. It's like right now, and then they might change it in 2 or 3 years or whatever. But it's something you could put on a sticker because the price stays pretty, or the tax rate stays pretty stable. So fluorescent green, big and bold,
with graphics around it.
Right? Yes,
like the boom graphic.
Yes, that's true. With the web address to contact your legislator. I'm all in. Here's an idea. Can we combine a couple of issues?
Okay.
We have good enough GPS tracking now that if you are a left lane lurker, you have to pay more in fuel tax when you fill up. Look, if they're going to lurk in the left lane,
well, they want to be able to turn off our cars. So why not?
That's true. Yes. And if you're new to the show, I'm just kidding.
That's called sarcasm.
Mostly. Not entirely, but mostly. I don't know. We need to punish them somehow. Mm-hmm. Maybe they have to, you know what? You can left lane lurk, but you have to have a fluorescent pink bumper on your car.
Should I tell them what that texter said about himself?
Yes,
it was
please.
Hilarious.
That was a great text.
Clear back ago when we first started talking about this, someone texted in and said, accidentally I find myself left lane lurking every once in a while, and then I flip myself off.
That's great. All right. We have a call, but I believe this is your second call this week. So, caller, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Go for it.
Yep. I do not like people that run in and out of traffic in town to get to the stoplight, and I pass them.
Okay, that's good. All right. We'll be back. It's 9:20. Look, rules are rules, and I was being generous giving the guy 10 seconds. Here's another question. Are the double dip callers the left lane lurkers of talk radio? We'll be back after this. All right.
Neal is a little saucy today. You guys should know.
I'm a little saucy.
Okay, so this person says Department of Weights and Measures has to inspect those pumps at least every 2 years. That's what they think. They would have to look it up. But they're saying they're putting a sticker on there anyway.
Yeah.
Why not have them put the sticker on while they're already sticking it for the other thing? Or just include a spot on that sticker.
Uh-huh. That's a great idea. Just put it on that sticker. There's no additional cost at all.
Yeah, and this person just does it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ba-da-bum. That usually means one of my teenage daughters either left home or arrived home when I hear that chime. Yep, Jessie left home. Okay. That's true. A lot of people just don't print the receipt.
Yeah. I often choose not to print a receipt. Like if there's an option.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't print one at Walmart when I'm just buying groceries. I'm not bringing any of that stuff back.
Right.
But I have to print one or put it to my phone to show the very, very random person at the door who 1 out of every 10 trips looks at me like I'm some sort of thief.
Well, you are a little sketchy, Julie. You are a little. All right, 9:22. I'm making an executive decision right now. You ready for this?
Sure.
We're going to do a flash poll. Open-ended. Left lane lurkers, what say you?
Okay.
Okay? So we want our callers to call in. What do you want to say to the left lane lurkers? And left lane lurkers, what do you want to say to the rest of us? So
okay. You can't swear.
Yeah, no profanity, okay? So okay, yeah. if you want to call in, what would you say to the left lane lurkers? But no profanity and control. We hope you'll control your emotions and be somewhat civil. If you are a left lane lurker, what do you want to say to 99% of the population? Is that fair?
And if you are a left lane lurker, why do you think you're right?
I know. Here's the thing. We have people saying, well, it's better on my suspension and it's more comfortable. And there are grooves in the right lane. And I don't drive it. I mean, my car's a crossover, but we have a sedan and I drive that sedan on the interstates all over the place. I've never had the right lane whipping me around because there are grooves.
Also, if it's an empty stretch of road and that's what you want to do, more power to you. Have a blast.
I don't care.
Camp in that left lane.
If that makes you happy and you're driving, north of Dillon, Montana, do you?
Yeah, but Idaho Falls to Pocatello or vice versa on I-15, Yeah. You don't get that.
I used to do a spin-off of Budweiser's Real American Heroes, and then it was Real Men of Genius, but then they did Real American Heroes. I did Real Newsmakers of Genius, and I think it might be time for another one where it's Today We Salute You, you left lane lurkers. Maybe
you could put that together.
All right, 208-542-1079. What do you want to say to the left lane lurkers, callers? What would you have to say to those folks who like to just hang out in the left lane? And if you happen to be a left lane lurker, you tell us why. All right, let's go to and be nice. No swearing. Caller, go ahead.
Is this me?
It's you, yep.
I think Idaho should do like Texas. Left lane is for passing only, and you you'll get a ticket if you get caught hanging out in the left lane. I've seen it even in town. I know they can't govern it in town too well, but
yeah,
I just think the left lane should be left open for passing only.
Okay. Appreciate the call. 208-542-1079. What would you have to say to the left lane lurkers?
Oh, people are funny. Somebody said, give your keys and vehicle title to charity. Somebody else said, sorry, we're getting so many, my texting is not keeping up, but I wanted to read this one. LLLs, that's what they called them, left lane lurkers. LLLs are the same type of people that leave shopping carts in the middle of a parking lot. No place in civil society.
That's true. Here's another one. Convicted left lane lurkers should be required to register with the state as dirty lurkers, henceforth and forever. Like we have a left lane lurker offender registry.
A website.
Yes. All right, caller, go ahead. What do you have to say to the left lane lurkers?
Good morning, Neal. Good morning, Julie. How are you?
Good.
Good.
I am a left lane lurker.
You are? Okay.
I drove 22,000 miles in the last 11 months. A lot of it up and down the freeway between Idaho Falls and Pocatello and Salt Lake and Ogden, etc. And if you're passing me, more power to you, because I'll move over when I see you coming, but I'm not driving 85 in the slow lane and going in and out and in and out and in and out.
Oh, okay. All right.
I will hang out in that lane. If you want to pass me, I'll see you come before you see me, and I'll be the one moving over. But I'm going to drive in the left lane, especially through all that construction in Pocatello.
Okay, so I have a question for you. How good are you? Are you like A+ at getting over when someone's coming up fast behind you?
Nobody ever has to hang out behind me.
Okay.
If
you know what?
Passing me, they're qualifying for NASCAR.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a pass then. Because as long as you're moving over when someone fast is coming out and you're paying enough attention, I'm not mad you're in the left lane.
Yeah.
When you drive a commercial vehicle, 25,000 miles a year plus, not a big one, it's a 1-ton van, you have good mirrors, you have good cameras, you see people coming, you're paying attention, you don't hold up traffic. It's the ones who hold up traffic with the camper doing 35 miles an hour in the left lane. I got plenty to say to them.
Okay, well, thank you for the call. You are as responsible as a left lane lurker can be. He's trying to achieve it. Okay, I don't condone it, but I do appreciate that.
I feel like this is the same as somebody who buys lottery tickets all the time instead of having a savings account.
Right.
And they're saying, Yeah, but it's a good thing.
Right, that's true. It's like...
Because the reality is, you could win the lottery. You could.
Yeah. It's sort of like, okay, I don't condone you smoking marijuana, but if it's just in your basement on occasion... Let's go to the phones. Caller, go ahead. What do you have to say to the left lane lurkers?
Oh, so they're on the left. What do you expect?
208-542-1079.
Here, let's do it. Let's give it up. Good
I
job.
like that. That was very nice. Very nice. You know what? I need a laugh tracker, a clap tracker.
Mm-hmm.
So, who else is weighing in here? I think I do move to the left for the top of Utah from the border to about Tremont because of all the seams in the road.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
This one's not exactly on par, but I think we should read it. It says, while we're at it, let's ticket line parkers, those who can't center themselves in a parking stall.
Oh, yeah.
We're just going to be Big Brother everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Left lane lurkers, big time pet peeve, but also if I'm passing in the left lane at Universal or I-15, 5 over speed limit, don't ride my bumper while I'm passing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so they're saying give me enough time to get over.
I agree with that. Yeah. That's true.
This person says all they have to say to the left lane lurkers is go back to Utah.
There's also that. Let's go to the next caller. What say you to the left lane lurker?
Hello?
Hello.
That me?
It's you.
Okay. I'm wondering what's going on with HR 22 in the Senate.
I have no idea. Thanks for the call. 208-542-1079. So this is a flash poll about left lane lurkers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what HR 22 is.
I don't know either.
208-542-1079.
Somebody said, and what license plate are the left lane lurkers? 1J.
You know what? I am proud of myself. The lady that crashed into the ICE office in Meridian,
Sarah George.
I refrained from making a 1J driver joke.
You did. You handled it really well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And in telling you I refrained from making a 1J driver joke, I made a 1J driver joke.
You just kind of slid it in there.
Yes, I did. Let's go to the next caller. Welcome to the show. Caller, how are you?
Good. How are you guys this morning?
Good. What do you say about left lane lurkers?
So I am a left lane lurker, not lurking all the time, but sometimes.
Okay.
I drive an 18-wheeler. Interestingly enough, cruise control nowadays, if I start approaching a car and they're within 4 seconds of me, my cruise control starts slowing me down. I need to get in the other lane to get around them. So what I'd like to know, what I'd like for everybody else to know is, if there's a semi there, you can pass them in the right lane to get around, as long as you can do it safe, because there may be a reason they're in that other lane trying to get around the vehicles in front of them. They don't have that ability to speed up and slow down like cars do. So give them a little bit of a leeway and move around them. Let's just move in unison. Everybody can just move in unison. You don't have to freak out about a truck being in the left lane. I got around somebody yesterday. I get around, there was like 4 cars behind me. 3 of the 4 flipped me off as they got around. I'm like, please, people, just relax.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. Thank you for the call. 208-542-1079.
Man, we've become an aggressive bunch, haven't we?
We have.
75% of the passers flipped him off.
Yeah. But do you... I don't know if we had a state patrolman sitting here on this third microphone and that call came in, I would love to know what the patrolman would say to that truck driver.
Does he think it's safe to pass on the right?
Is it safer for the semi to be in the left lane and have people pass on the right? Yeah. Because that semi has to get around people too, and it is cumbersome for that truck to keep having to go back and forth between lanes. So I understand his argument, but I don't know if it's a sound argument based on what the Idaho State Police would say.
Right. I will say this in my own driving experience. If I do end up having to pass somebody on the right because they're a left lane lurker, I do it quickly.
I do too.
Because I don't think they're paying attention. I don't want them coming over on me.
Absolutely. It's sort of like when I get on LinkedIn and I see preferred pronouns. my opinion of them comes down significantly. So
get around.
If I have to pass on the right, my opinion of their ability to allow me to do it safely comes down.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next. Are left lane lurkers the preferred pronouns of the highway? Let's go to the... Oh, no, they hung up. 208-542-1007. Someone just said, I can't stand trucks in the left lane, especially when they sit side by side going 70 and they back us all up. Okay, can I put that question out to the truck driver? Because we've had truck drivers calling in, and I get their situation's a little different. Not sure I agree with them 100%, but I get it. What is it about two trucks? One's going 75, and the one passing on the left is going 75 and a half. And everybody's behind them for like the next 6 miles until the one finally gets around and people can get past them. That probably is irritating to me more than anything. That you have two trucks that one could slow down a little, the other one could speed up a little, but at least create a little disparity in the speed so you can break up the log jam behind you. Because all of us can legally go 80. Truckers can't, but you're holding up an awful lot of people.
So do they... I'm asking this question completely innocent. I have no idea. Do they have a governor on their truck that will not allow them to go past 75?
Some might, but if that's true, then the right lane driver should slow down a little bit.
Yes.
Like, everybody ought to work together to loosen it up.
If it's clear that the one is trying to get past, just back off by 3 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Let it happen a little quicker.
For like 10 seconds. Just let it happen. So, all right, 208-542-1079. Someone just said yes. So
okay, so they do have a governor on there. So it would be on the other truck in the right lane to just slow down for a minute.
Yeah. Some said most 18-wheelers have a governor. So someone said in heavy traffic between Idaho Falls and Pocatello, you get stuck in the right lane if for more than a few miles. I have no problem staying in the left lane if you're going the speed limit. I could care less if the person behind me wants to go 90.
That's the worst left lane lurker right there.
That right there. Right there. I would find multiple reasons to write tickets to that person right there.
That's the worst.
You are not entitled to just camp out in the left lane and say, but I'm going the speed limit so I can be here. Nope. Yeah. That's not how it is. Let's go to the phones. Caller, my blood pressure. I should have taken extra enalapril this morning because that text right there just ate at me. Caller, go ahead. How are you?
You're assuming that trucker can read English.
Okay, thank you for the call. 208-542-1079. No, we're getting conflicting. Few governors on the semi. So some are saying there aren't a lot of governors out there. Others are saying most of them have them. So
who knows? This one says the trucks going 68 will never, ever, ever slow down to let someone pass.
Yeah.
Why?
Why wouldn't you?
Is there some sort of trucker bylaws we don't understand? The inside baseball of the trucking industry?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So let's go to the next caller. Welcome to the show, caller. How are you?
I can be a left lane lurker, but I really enjoy when it's the Utah people that are speeding at 90, and if I can just affect their day in some silly way, then I'll continue to be a left lane lurker.
So he's purposely poking.
To deliberately slow down.
No, they race down the interstate at 90 miles an hour.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm in the left lane, and you come racing up on me like that, and you're from Utah, I feel no obligation to pull over and let you pass.
Oh, okay. How fast are you going in the left lane? That matters to me.
Usually, I'll push it going 85, sometimes 90 myself.
Okay. I got you. All right. As long as you're not going exactly 80.
Yeah.
No. If I'm going to ride just in 80, then I'll stay in the right lane. But then you've got jokers sitting in the right lane that aren't even going the speed limit.
Oh, that's true. That's irritating.
So you're bouncing back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah. Well, no, thank you for the call. And Julie, I will say that presents a different problem, which will be tomorrow's flashbulb. Right lane people who go significantly lower than the speed limit.
Yes, that's dangerous.
They do it because they think they're being safe, and they're the biggest dangers on the road.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Super dangerous. Okay. Is this true? And don't call in, just text. Most truckers get paid by the mile anyway. So if you get paid by the mile, no matter what, slow down to 65 and let that truck pass.
Yeah.
It didn't change your rate of pay.
Right. Yeah. No, I got you. Let's go to the next caller. What say you to the left lane lurker, caller?
To me?
Yeah.
The previous caller needs to just get off the road. He's going to cause more problems than whether you're Utah or Idaho, because I'm the left lane lurker that does 90.
Gotcha. And
I'm from Idaho, born and raised.
Yeah. No, I cannot condone what the previous caller said. I will agree with you. My Utah, Idaho, doesn't matter. We all need to optimize safety. And when you have someone on the road that is creating a danger or a hazard, that's something that has to be addressed.
Well, if I'm doing 90 and you want to go faster than me, get it done, because I'm going to let you get the ticket.
You get to be the rabbit.
Yeah, that's true. All right, thank you for the call.
This person said, if 5 cars are behind you and 0 are in front of you, you're the meeting that should have been an email.
That is great. I love that. Someone just said, way to go, Neal. Encourage people to speed. Go the speed limit, trucks do. Did I encourage people to speed?
Yeah, because you're saying don't sit in the left lane at the exact speed limit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm not encouraging people to speed. I'm saying don't impede traffic in a way that creates a hazard on the interstate.
Yes.
That's my point. And every cop out there would go, you go, Neal, you're exactly right. We'll be back. You know what I would love to do? Although it would look a lot like Facebook comments, but if we were to screen cast just the comment section of our text, we can't because it puts their phone numbers in there. We don't want to put those out there, but they're just flying in. People texting in.
Okay, help me understand something. I said, if you're getting paid by the mile anyway, slow down from 67 to 64.
Yeah.
Let the guy pass, then speed back up. Oh, we have received probably a dozen texts saying, well, they won't get there as quick as they want to get there, so they're making less money per hour. It's not like they had to slow down the whole time.
Right. It's just
they're only slowing when a truck is passing them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's true. You're not asking them to go 63 for 100 miles.
No.
It's just break up this little log jam.
This is the same logic that the driver on, say, Sunnyside or 17th has, where they drive 60 miles down that road but get stopped at every stoplight, but they think they got there faster.
Right. Yes. True. I love this text. I will be the only honest person. People who drive faster than me are crazy idiots. Those who drive slower than me, they don't know how to drive. Just drive my speed.
They are being honest, because you know how many people won't even rethink what they're going through?
Yeah, it's true.
It's something about driving rules. People think the way they do it is...
Yeah.
It's done. It's settled science. This is the way it's supposed to be. Don't ask me to change my mind.
Yeah.
I'm finished.
Yeah. So I don't remember which officer we were interviewing, but if you drive, I mean, the closest example of this would be Utah when you go to Salt Lake City. The speed limit through certain sections of that drops down to 65. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going 80.
They don't stop. They don't slow down.
They don't slow down. They just keep going 80. So I asked a police officer, I said, what would you advise a motorist to do in that situation? He didn't want to answer because you don't in an environment where everybody's going 80, you don't want somebody going 65.
Yeah, the safe answer is go the speed of traffic.
You are forcing a whole bunch of lane changes. That's going to create a big hazard. So the cop kind of was like, go with the flow of traffic. Mm-hmm. And if you're not comfortable at that speed on the interstate, find a highway you can take, because there's lots of them down there, and take an alternate route. because you are creating a danger. You may not like that everybody's going 15 miles per hour over the speed limit, but you're the unsafe one if you insist on adhering to the speed limit.
I would agree with that.
You may be the legal one, but you're also the unsafe one.
Yeah. There's so many good points here. Coates just said it doesn't matter what state you live in, you always despise the out-of-state drivers. It's just automatic.
It's so true. It's so true.
That's the way it is. Stephanie said a cop pulled over her husband's grandmother for going the speed limit because it was unsafe.
Really?
Yeah. I'm guessing everybody was driving faster and this was causing serious issues.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, hold on. I'm really confused about the truck drivers. Okay, so I asked them to slow down occasionally from 67.7 to, because people were saying that's what the governors are set at, 67.7 or whatever it is. I am asking them to slow down to 64 occasionally. But people are texting in and saying, well, they want to get as many miles in as they can in their allotted drive time because they have safety windows. Don't tell me they go clear up to the second of their drive time and pull over and sleep.
Yeah.
They've actually just got to get to a certain spot to sleep or to rest or whatever before they can start their day again.
Well, and doing this might only be 2 or 3 minutes at the end of the long journey.
15 on an 8-hour journey.
But no, like you're right. Let's say you slow down 3 miles per hour for 1 mile. That's only a few seconds, small number of seconds that you've lost.
Right.
So it isn't a significant amount. You're not going to get there in record time. So,
and maybe that's the inside baseball that I'm asking people. What is the actual? Maybe it's I did it in this amount of time thing for truckers. Maybe that's what it is. And if it is, just say that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not. I don't know.
All right. We might have had a little dead air there because we were talking about traffic and safety. Oh, wow, Julie. I forget how animated people get when it comes to traffic. But if you'd like to reach us, 208-542-1079. I love this text. Every time someone's camping out in the left lane, I have to say the John Kennedy prayer. Lord, give me patience, because if you give me strength, I'm going to need bail money. All right. Okay. Julie, I pick a couple of texts.
Oh, geez. I don't know. What I am going to say, because I am not caught up in the text, and we have gotten so many that it's bogged down my system. So what I will say is that the reason we get this many texts about this, and we were talking about this at the commercial break, which is one of the reasons there was dead air, is because people are insistent they're 100% right. Whatever camp they're in, whatever stance they have, that is the solid stance, and they're not going to change their mind.
Yes.
So that's why everyone has an opinion about it, because they're not willing to think, oh, maybe I am a little bit dangerous if I'm going 15 miles under the speed limit, then that's not good.
Yeah.
People won't even acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not safe for me to lurk in the left lane because people are having to pass me on the right.
Yeah.
They just won't look at it.
They won't look. Well, and I made the point, we were talking on Facebook Live about this. If you're driving down anywhere from Brigham City to Provo, most everyone just goes 80. Regardless of what a speed limit sign says, the reality is through that stretch, you're going to be somewhere around 80, sometimes 85 miles per hour. And on occasion, you do see a Utah highway patrolman pulling someone over or picking someone up, depending on. But they pull someone over, and but this is the point that I'm going to make, and I know there's a personality type out there that's going to be mad at me for saying this, but it's true. If you adhere to the speed limit through that stretch, you are the dangerous one.
Yeah, if you're 15 miles below the flow of traffic, that's dangerous.
It is dangerous. And you're the legal one, but you're the dangerous one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not usually the case when it comes to traffic. Usually the laws are designed to optimize safety. In this case, if you adhere to 65, you are forcing a bunch of lane changes that wouldn't need to happen if you would go with the flow of traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying you're legally wrong. I'm just saying you're morally and ethically wrong. Let's go to the phones. 208-542-1079. Hi, caller. How are you today?
That might be me, huh?
Yeah, it's you. Go ahead.
You know why I drive slower than the speed limit?
Why? How come?
Because I'm paying $3 a gallon for gas.
He's conserving fuel.
Yeah. And my truck, when I'm in my truck, my pickup, gets about 9.8 miles per gallon.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I have to buy my own gas. So
how much?
I guess if people don't like it, I've been flipped off on gas and everything else. Hey.
So
sorry.
I'll let you go because it's kind of hard to hear you, but I get that. But I would say if I'm going down the interstate and somebody's going significantly lower, I want to pull them over and just talk to them and say, see that over there? There's a frontage road. That's for you.
There's not as many cars on it.
You can go the speed that's comfortable for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if I see someone on I-15 and they're going 60, I'm like, why didn't you just take the highway? Why didn't you just get on the highway? Because you're going to get there about the same time.
Right. And I would also say to those especially in that I-15 corridor through the Salt Lake Valley, it can be intimidating to drive that. I know people who don't like to drive that. It doesn't bother me, but I know people who don't like to drive that.
Yeah.
Then don't.
Yeah, right.
Find another alternate way.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone just said that's a fair point. If you speed, you don't really have a lot of room to complain about fuel prices. It's within your power to help yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going slower lowers it a little. But not a lot. You're not going to negate the fuel tax by going 60 instead of 70. It's not.
And I would say it sounded like he was calling from his truck with the window down. I would doubt on a day like today that's true, but that's what it sounded like.
Either that or he's calling in from Antarctica.
He might have been outside. That we've had some wind issues. Maybe he was outside.
I don't speed and I don't typically use the interstate. Good, that's perfect.
And it probably helps you.
I like
you
that.
You probably have less stress.
Yeah.
Somebody said, did we just ultimately give the best argument for self-driving cars?
We might. You know what? That might be the inadvertent impact of today's show is that it is time to make that move over there. Some older vehicles can't just hold or maybe even safely hit 80, especially in high winds or bad weather. Those people are just doing their best in the right lane. You can't forget most people are just doing their best to get where they need to go. Side roads are not always a practical option for those vehicles and people's lives if they need to get somewhere. Speed limits used to be lower because the vehicles couldn't safely drive those speeds. Now we have both kinds of vehicles on the road, so people could be a little more temperate. Also, time is money in essence, too, so truckers don't want to give up their time by slowing up all the time. When you travel long distances, you can add time if you're... Okay, I'm reading a very long text here. They packed a lot into that.
I felt like it was a lot of, and you're wrong about this, and you're... and maybe that's not what they meant. That's fine. But I would say this, if you have an older car, why does everybody have to adjust to you?
Yeah.
You're the vegan at the party.
That is... You're right about that. And I think our imaginary highway patrolman here would say, then you probably shouldn't be on the interstate because it's also illegal to drive under the speed limit by too much.
Yeah, if you're in like a 76 Chevy truck or whatever and you can't get it up past 60, you probably shouldn't be on I-15.
Right. Yeah. It reminds me of when we give away something on Facebook and somebody says, well, what if I don't have Facebook? I don't have an answer to that. Like,
we're sorry.
You can get one,
yeah.
or you can, so. And I don't want to be unsympathetic to that.
No.
But just know it's not a great situation to have cars that are either too old or a driver unwilling to go the speed limit on the interstate.
I would also ask that person to defend, well, some people have old cars, so they just can't go faster than that. Well, some people have lead foot, so they just can't slow down.
Yeah.
It works both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. That's it. I'm getting a Model T. Someone texted in. All right, we got a break. It's 9:55. We'll be back after this and wrap it up. Okay, we need to... What do we have?
Somebody says the minimum speed on Idaho freeways is 40 miles per hour. You can go 40 on a freeway?
That's crazy. That's way too low. Is it really? I'm going to ask my research team.
Is that just for tractors and farm equipment?
Oh, this is interesting. You may not drive so slowly that you impede the normal and reasonable flow of traffic, except when necessary for safety. But a specific minimum speed is only enforceable if it's posted. So if they're not posting it, they can't enforce it. So It says if a minimum speed is posted, rare on rural Idaho interstates, it is typically 45 miles per hour. In practice, driving significantly below 50 on an 80 mile per hour interstate without cause could get you cited for impeding traffic. So it's not really specifically
that's
speed.
Pretty vague. Yeah,
it's almost situational.
Yeah,
like
if it's causing a serious issue, they're going to pull you over.
Because there's some ice storms that you don't want to go over 35. So I think it just is more situational than
that. How long we got?
20 seconds.
I was going to say I would feel a lot more comfortable if all these people would say that their responsibility in a car is it's a dangerous weapon and don't do things that make it more dangerous. That's all I would say.
Yeah, I'm all in on that. All right, hold on. All right, 9:58 on News Talk 107.9. Join us tomorrow. Our Studio 4 cover is Pierce Nielsen, covering Tyler Childers' Jersey Giant is the song, so look forward to that.
Should be a fun one.
I don't think we've ever heard it, but it has country written all over it.
It has country, and it's super popular. So, yeah, here we go.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Drive safe, whatever lane you're in today. We'll see you then.